What's up YouTube, this is Mox Lotus and today I'm going to be bringing you guys the first episode of a new segment on my channel called First Pick. So First Pick is going to be a segment focused all around drafting, and basically in each episode we're going to open up a booster pack. It will usually be of a relatively new set, one that you're likely to draft, but occasionally we might get our hands on something special like maybe an older pack or Modern Masters 2s around the corner, so I'm going to try and get a pack of that to open on this segment, but I don't know, they're going to be pretty hard to come by. Anyway, today we're going to be opening up a pack of Dragons of Takir. And so you guys are probably thinking just before we start, one, you said you don't want to turn this channel into a pack opening channel, and that's true, I don't. And by that I mean that, I don't want to just like open packs all the time. However, this segment isn't really, there is a pack opening in it, but it's not intended as a pack opening like Friday night packs. Instead, it's more of an informative segment to help you guys when you're drafting. And as for Friday night packs, I'm not stopping it. It will be making a return later on, except instead of opening up one pack like I usually do, I'm trying to one-up it. So hopefully 2 packs each episode, maybe 3, it depends, because my locals recently jacked up the prices of packs, which really sucks. Like, this one cost me $6 Australian, which that's pretty expensive considering that I used to be able to get these for $5, but whatever. With that out of the way, let's get into this pack. So we've got a pack of Dragons of Takir. It's got Narset Transcendent on the front. Would not mind pulling that. If you're drafting Dragons of Takir and you are lucky enough to pull a Narset, I'd honestly just first pick that, because that's your money back right there. Money drafting 101. But yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to go through each card one by one, and I'm going to kind of give you guys my thoughts on each, and then we'll see which card I'd first pick. So first up we have Glaring Light. This is an enchantment for 1 white, and it lets us enchant a creature, and when it enters the battlefield we can tap target creature and opponent controls, and the enchanted creature gets +1/+3. To be honest, I think this is definitely a solid card. Tapping the creature is nice. It gives you a nice boost. It's kind of like Divine Favor, I think. The one with the angel and all the shields around it. And for 1 mana, this is actually pretty good. So I guess we'll make a sort of a good pile and a bad pile. And we'll have the good pile here, and we'll definitely put that one there. Next up we have Marsh Hulk. Now this is a 4/6 for 6 with Megamorph, so you can play it face down as a 2/2 for 3, and you can turn it up for 7, and when you Megamorph it, it gets a +1/+1 counter on it. Now, to be honest, I don't think this card is too great. A 4/6 for 6, well, I'd rather have something a little bit better than that. And with the Megamorph, it's a 5/7 for 7. Considering that, usually in this format, black will be paired up with green because you got Sultai and Abzan, and so if you are in that, there are usually some better green creatures for this mana cost, and that's usually what I'd go for. There is some synergies with Abzan with the +1/+1 counters on it, but at the end of the day, a 5/7 for 7, I wouldn't really say it's worth it. Again, there is benefit to the morph, but we'll put this in the bad pile for now. Next up we have Palace Familiar. This is a 1/1 for 2 with flying, and when it dies, draw a card. This is definitely good, honestly. A flyer is nice to have, and also net you a card as well. So we'll definitely put that there. We've also got Conifer Strider. So this is a 5/1 for 4 with Hexproof. And this is actually, I think this is decent. I guess we might have kind of a decent pile here. The Hexproof is nice because they're not going to be able to I can't remember, I haven't really familiarised myself so much with Dragons of Takir, because I kind of wanted to go into this series sort of blind, so there will be, I'd have to judge these cards on the spot, but I don't really know what kinds of removal there is in Dragons of Takir or Fate Reforged even, because I've also kind of haven't been following the game as closely in the past few months as well. But honestly, it gets blocked too easily. Like, even the Palace Familiar can kill it. If it was a 3-drop, it would be a bit better. It would be sort of like Magma Rager and Hearthstone, but again, I don't really rate this card. Next up, we have Artful Maneuver. So this is a instant for 2. It gives target creature +2/+2 until end of turn, and also has rebound, so you can cast it again. Yeah, I think this is a pretty nice card. It will trigger your prowess on your Jeskai guys, so I reckon we can definitely put that in the good pile. Next up, we've got Revealing Wind. This is an instant for 3 that lets you prevent all combat damage that will be dealt this turn. You may look at each face-down creature that's attacking or blocking. This is kind of like the Lens of Clarity, and it lets you look at the morphs. But honestly, I mean, you can use it to prevent the combat damage, but looking at the morphs isn't really too great, to be honest. But it's not terrible, I don't think. But we'll put that in the middle pile there. Next up, we have Vandalize. So this is a sorcery that lets you choose one or both, and you can destroy target artifact or destroy target land. If I remember correctly, there was a card, I think it was Demolish or something for 4, that did one of these. Yeah, it was destroy the target land. And so this is kind of like a combination of Demolish and Shatter, and I think that having him in the one card is pretty good. It's also good that they made you be able to choose one or both, so that you'll be able to cast this even if there isn't an artifact on the field. But to be honest, in a draft format, I don't really think it's that good. It's alright, but really there are better things I'd rather play on turn 5 than land destruction. But I don't think it's terrible, to be honest. I don't think its Marsh Hulk levels are bad, so I'll put it in the okay pile. Next up, we've got Fate Forgotten. This is an instant for 3. It lets you exile target artifact or enchantment. I don't know how many artifacts or enchantments are really in this format and how many of them are worth exiling, but I think it's okay, honestly. It's always nice to have removal. I think there's that Witness of the Ages guy that's in, I'm pretty sure they put him in Dragons and Fate Reforged, but with different artwork, and so I don't know, you could use it to get rid of him or something. It is removal at the end of the day, but honestly, like, I don't think kill shots in Dragons of Takir, but still, I'd rather have a kill shot or something similar over this. And yeah, again, like, this really kind of depends on how many good artifacts and enchantments there are. We'll put this in the, I guess we'll make another new pile, which is sort of like halfway between bad and just okay. So now we've got Flan. This is an instant for 4, and it gives target creature -4/-4 until end of turn. Some nice removal. It will kill a lot of stuff, and you can use it if, like, I know Ferocious isn't really in this set. Like, I think there's the other Teamer mechanic, but still, like, maybe if you're doing kind of Chaos draft with kinds of Takir packs, you could use this to stop him from getting Ferocious. And yeah, like, taking away 4 health is pretty good. That'll kill a lot of things. And yeah, we'll definitely put that in the good pile, I reckon. So we're going into the uncommons now, and first up we've got Ukud Cobra. I think I pronounced that right. This is a 2/5/4 with Death Touch, and yeah, I think this card's okay, to be honest. The power doesn't really matter because it has Death Touch, so it's fine as long as it deals damage. And I think with 5 toughness, it can block most things. I mean, it can block a Marsh Hulk that hasn't been Megamorphed, and, well, it can block a Marsh Hulk that has been Megamorphed and kill it. But yeah, again, this can kill a lot of things and obviously keep going back to full health. So I reckon, like, I'm kind of torn on whether to put this in good or okay. I think I'll put it kind of in between that. So next up we have the Warbringer. This is a 3/3 for 4 with dash, so you can pay it. You can play it for less from your hand, and it'll have haste. And when you end your turn, it gets returned to your hand. This card's fine, honestly. It's nice to have a good dash creature coming in, and also has an ability that gives, like, dash creatures you control. They cost 2 less to cast, So if you have another Warbringer in your hand, then you can basically play this guy, and then you can dash in the Warbringer number 2 for an extra 5 mana. I mean, because it's an uncommon, you're probably not going to get a second one, but I mean, there are other dash creatures too, so I definitely think, like, on its own this guy's pretty good, but he's also got some nice synergies, so I'll definitely chuck him in the good pile. For our last uncommon, we have Ojutai Monument. This is basically like one of those, I think they're called the flags or something like that from Times of Takir, the banners, that's it. But for 4 and 1 white and 1 blue, you don't have to tap it, but it becomes a 4/4 white and blue dragon artifact creature with flying until end of turn. I guess maybe you could use something like Fate Forgotten or Vandalize on this, although Vandalize is an instant, or not an instant, a sorcery, so I won't be able to kill it at instant speed. But I think the card itself is actually pretty good, especially if you don't have any 6 drops you can play. And finally, for our rare, we have Please Be Nice It. Oh, that's actually pretty good, Dramaka's Command. So this is a instant for 2, and I think this is actually one of the money cards of the set, if I'm not mistaken. It's like $10 at the moment. But you can prevent all damage target instant or sorcery spell would deal this turn, or target player sacrifices an enchantment, or you can put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, or target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. So keep in mind, I always forget this when I say these cards, is that it's not like a charm, because you can actually choose 2 out of the 4. So you can sort of have like a Revealing Wind and a Fate Forgotten effect like in one. This card is very solid on its own. I mean, it's seeing some constructed play, and in limited it's pretty good too. It does have the, I forgot what the mechanic was called, like, you know, bolster, and the other Abzan mechanic with the +1/+1 counter synergy, so that's always nice. And again, having the Prey Upon for 2 mana plus something else is pretty good. I mean, if you have a creature, at worst, you can go like, you can put the +1/+1 counter on it, and you can make it fight something you don't control. And again, like, if you've got a 1-drop, then, you know, you can place on turn 2 and kill one of your opponent's creatures. Plus your guy will still get the +1/+1 counter. Like, it's not just it gains +1/+1. So I'll definitely throw this in the good pile. And I've actually got a foil here, and it's nothing too special. It's a Zephyr Scribe. It's a 2/1 for 3, and for blue and tap you can draw a card, then discard a card, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell you can untap it. This is actually, I think it will take a bit of work, but drawing the cards is pretty nice, and you can get rid of things you don't need. I'd put that with Ukud Cobra in the pretty good pile. So I've got the cards arranged here in what I think are the top 5 cards from the pack, and I've got them arranged in order so it's sort of probably the best card in the pack to the, not like the worst card in the pack, but out of these 5, the least desirable. I've got Dromoka's Command first because A, it's worth some money, so, well, at the moment it is anyway, so you're going to be making your money back, which is always nice for that pack. And yeah, it's also a handy card on its own. You can use it as removal, defense, just to buff up a creature, get some Abzan synergies. Very versatile card, really fits into the like green-white theme, but also just the Abzan theme as a whole nicely. Flatten's very good removal. Warbringer is just a solid creature. Ojutai Monument, it's, you know, it's a good mana rock, and it's also a good way to spend some mana if you don't have a turn 6 play. And Glaring Aegis, it's just a nice combat trick. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe. If you have any like kind of like disagreements with, I guess, my classifications in this video, please feel free to leave them in the comments, because I'm pretty interested to see what you guys would first pick out of this pack. And yeah, what you guys think. Like, there might have been a card like, I don't know, the Marsh Hulk. Marsh Hulk could be like absolutely insane, but in your opinion anyway. Personally, I don't think it's too great, but again, if there's something that I kind of miss, then definitely leave that in the comments below. But again, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, bye guys.